Technology. We can't seem to stay off it. In fact, because you're viewing this right now or listening to, I know you're using it. We all know how awesome technology has made our lives, but do we truly know the impact that it's having on us? I want you to really think about the impact that technology has had on our lives, and not just how fast and connected it's made our society, but also how it affects our social lives and how it will continue to affect us in our future. Everybody knows that we can communicate through technology, but not many people think about the messages we send based off when and where we use our phones. Our compulsive need to constantly look at our phone could and probably should be classified as an addiction. Oftentimes, whenever you go out to restaurants and you see people with their friends, with their family, even on dates, you'll see them on their phones. And by choosing to interact with technology rather than people, we tell others that the thing that's on this screen is more important than any interaction that me and you could have. Often when people are waking up in the morning, before even saying hello to their family, to their friends, if you're living in a dorm, or, even to their significant other, they'll look at their phone. And then once this is cleared off, that's when they're actually going to say hello to their family. It's pretty insane how oftentimes we'll choose a telephone over people. In fact, over 50% of parents under the age of 30 feel that as though both them and their kids' usage has created a rift among them two. This could lead to big issues because, as we know, if children aren't raised correctly, often they won't act correctly in their adult lives. Our growing dependence not only affects our daily lives, but our society as well. Because we cannot spend life while looking at our phones, that means we must separate a different time space for our technology. Meaning that in the period of time that we're using our phones, we could have spent strengthening our bonds with our family, working on our friendships, or even spending times outdoors. In fact, studies show that there's a strong correlation between the amount of time that people spend behind their screens and the recent flare-up in obesity. People are expected to know what's happening in each other's lives through social media instead of face-to-face, speaking word of mouth. In fact, scientific data shows that technology has a built-in reward system that keeps us coming back to it. So whenever we win a mission on a game, or we receive a text message, or we get likes, or we get more shares, whenever that happens, our brains release a bit of dopamine, meaning that we feel real good whenever we do those types of things. So in the future, we want to come back and get that dopamine again. Now that we know how our technologies are affecting our lives today, let's think about how it'll affect our future. Because machines are not limited in flesh, they are able to work tirelessly. Whenever, instead of people digging a hole, they'd rather get a backhoe and do it like that. Or instead of traveling by horse, you just jump in a car. This is because it's more cost effective and it's a lot easier to do. It's just a matter of time before more technology becomes more cost effective enough to replace even more jobs. In fact, bots have already been catching up with humans in professional, white-collar, and low-skill jobs. And because, as we see this surge of AI and bots getting more adaptive and they understand more, it's just a matter of time before they start becoming so cost-effective that it makes no sense to get a human to do the job when a bot can do it even better. Because keep in mind, bots, they don't have to be perfect. They just have to be better than humans. All this said, technology is the future, and has the potential to change the world in ways that we can never imagine. It would be both of the society's and the individual's best interest to prepare and understand the role that technology has and will have in the future. Technology is not inherently terrible, but we have to keep a close eye on it, how we use it. Otherwise, it might take complete control of our lives before we even realize it's too late.